car, the baggage car. So, come on in. Come on in now. You can stand on top of the plates here. Just watch your step. And if everybody can wait right here for 1 second, please. Our mascot would like to get us started with just a few words. You're on, Zeph.
Okay, more company. Here we go again. Welcome to the baggage car. I'm Zephyer, your host while you're here. Yeah, I can talk. What's so darn strange about that? Okay, let's just cut to the chase. Why am I on this train? Well, only yesterday I was roaming the Denver hillsides with my buddies, minding my own business, just enjoying the day. That's me there on the left. Then, all of a sudden, whoop, I'm blasted from behind by this big old 10-gallon hat. Well, right off I put up a fight, because how could I know who was tugging at the other end of that lasso? Could be some fool prospector wants me to help him dig for gold, or the boss of a borough chain gang looking for young blood for his team. Or, worst of all, some miner looking to send me below ground for the rest of my life. Anyway, life was about to change, and how? I didn't know it then, but I was about to become the luckiest borough on the face of the earth. Because when we get to Denver, it's not some crazy prospector. It's not the mining camps. No. I'm presented in a ceremony to Mr. Ralph Budd of the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy Railroad. Flash bulbs popping, everyone cheering. I see Mr. Budd wink to the news reporters. Then he says, "Nice to meet you, Zeph. Guess one more jackass on this trip won't make any difference." I was thinking, huh? I couldn't see any other boroughs around, just me. And hey, what trip's he talking about? And why is he calling me Zeph? Well, that's when I see the train. Woo-wee, what a beauty. Turns out I was drug off my hillside to be the mascot for this dawn to dusk run from Denver to Chicago. And the name of the train I was to ride on, you got it, the Burlington Zephyer. Now, why couldn't they have told me that in the first place?
Well, Zeph, because you can't run 112 miles per hour. All right, folks, follow me this way, please. Thank you, Zeph. And watch your heads, everybody, coming through the galley. Watch, careful.
Well, what about that curve back there in Colorado?
Wow, this is nice.
Come on in, guys. We'll just be in here for a brief second, but you can grab a seat if you want.
This is nice.
What'd you say? Go ahead and grab a seat if you want. If you happen to have an extra couple of bucks in 1934, you could have gotten a seat inside of this car. This is the slightly more exclusive smoking car, or the lounge car, and in 1934 you would have paid about $5 for one of these beautiful leather seats. Now you could have had a cheaper seat in the main passenger car behind me. One of those seats was only $2 to go all the way from Denver to Chicago, and for 1934 it was fast. So follow me into the main passenger car.
So how long did it take?
12 hours and 5 minutes. Come on in, everybody.
Ooh, bathroom.
Someone was hurt. What happened? I didn't hear anything about it. What's the story?
I felt the train slow down. Didn't we almost stop?
Did you see Mr. Budd run up to the engine?
Be too bad for folks like me if this train is...
Excuse me.
Come on in, grab a seat
I can
somewhere.
straighten this out. I know what happened because I treated the poor fellow back in Colorado. Someone slammed a door on an electrical cable up in the cab, sliced it clean in two, and we started slowing down at once.
This is next there.
My heavens, what a disaster. Why haven't we heard about this yet? This is ridiculous. Everybody's better.
Serves a diesel train right, I'd say.
Nothing can stop this train.
Okay, Doc, what next? I'm with the Tribune, and this sounds like a great story for the evening edition.
We almost ground to a halt. Ralph Budd came running into the engine room, asking what was going on.
That Bud character deserves it, if you ask me. This country was built by steam, not by these newfangled diesel gizmos. Back when
What happened in the engine room, Doctor?
Excuse me. Back when I was an engineer, you'd have been laughed off the railroad if you were caught driving this tin can. Let me tell you, it takes real know-how to drive a steam train. Diesel train.
Let me get the end of the doctor's story first, will ya?
Miss, may I propose a different storyline? Usually I dread a long railroad journey, so noisy and dirty. But my husband said this trip would be different, and he was right. The train looked so sleek and shiny on the outside, and inside, what a marvel. Air conditioning. Such a blessing to keep the windows closed. No dust and soot blowing in. And I don't believe I have a hair out of place.
Okay, lady, I'll try to squeeze that all in. All right, Doc, finish your story.
Where was I? Oh, yes. We'd almost come to a halt. Ralph Budd came running into the engine room.
And the food. Don't forget to mention the wonderful food. Delicious fried chicken, roast beef sandwiches, fruit preserves, and hot, strong coffee with not a drop spilled. The ride's been smooth as silk. There, miss. That's all you need
All
to
right,
know.
folks, let's check out first class. It's right in the back here.
Train and hucksters that ain't selling the game. Hey, let me tell you, this streamlined ravy's gonna start a crazy. Yes, sir.
Come on in, folks. Welcome to the observation lounge. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ralph Budd.
Mommy, look, we're going over a bridge.
And these are my friends, Mrs. Catherine Wilder and her daughter Abigail.
Hello? Abby, say hello.
Hello.
Really, Ralph, do you think it's a good idea having all these scruffy people come in here? They don't really look like first-class passengers.
Catherine, I think it'll be just fine. They all seem very well behaved. They just want the best view of the Zephyr's run.
Well, I do hope you're right, Ralph. But they really should know. All you visitors, please be aware that this is a first-class car, and you should all appreciate Mr. Budd sharing it with you today.
Mommy, now look.
What now, dear?
Can't you see? We're about to go through a town.
Can you see the crossing guards out along the tracks, Abby? They're to make sure the Zephyr doesn't have any accidents today.
Where are they? I can't see them.
I agree, Abby. It is difficult to see the landscape. In some ways, Ralph, don't you think it's almost a shame the Zephyr moves so quickly?
But Catherine, in the 20th century, the race goes to the swift. The railroad simply must keep up.
Mommy, now we're passing a car. They can't keep up with us.
Amazing. The Zephyrr is safer, more comfortable, and even faster than our finest automobiles.
I hope all our former passengers figure that out. What do you folks think?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're pleased to report that the Burlington Zephyrr has just arrived in Chicago, having set new world records for the fastest and longest non-stop run in history.
Fireworks, hooray!
Wonderful.
Magical.
There's certainly no better welcome than fireworks after a triumph like this.
So, Uncle Ralph, was the Zephyrr fast enough?
Yes, Abby, we made tremendous time. The trip took only 13 hours and 5 minutes. We cut the regular travel time from Denver to Chicago almost in half.
Really, Ralph, well done. That's a splendid record.
Hooray for the Zephyrr, and congratulations, Uncle Ralph.
Thank you, Abby. And now that the Burlington Zephyrr has proven itself, it can be proud to be part of Chicago's Century of Progress World's Fair.
Wow, there are so many people here today.
Everyone's come to see the Burlington Zephyrr before it leaves on its next cross-country tour, Abigail.
Mommy, look at all the rides.
Well, darling, shall we go aboard the gondola as a change from the Zephyrr?
That looks slow and boring. Let's go in the teacups or the race cars instead.
That's the spirit, Abby. Faster is always better.
Dinosaurs neat.
Well, I think I prefer the diver. She's quite something, plunging headlong at full speed into the unknown, just like America in this day and age.
Oh, Mommy, the sky ride. That's what I want to do, please.
Oh, Abby, look over here. This is all about how people used to get around.
How far we've come. But Catherine, your daughter is a true product of the modern age. With her taste for speed, she probably won't enjoy any of this old stuff.
But they're such wonderful old contraptions.
Oh, look here. That's the city of Salina, the Zephyr's main competition on the rails. What do you think of that train, Miss Abigail?
It doesn't seem as fast as the Burlington Zephyrr, and it's certainly not as pretty.
Well, that's the right answer by my book.
See, Ralph, the younger generation still knows a good thing when they see it.
Let's test. What do you like best at the World's Fair, Abigail?
Well, Uncle Ralph, I usually like roller coasters because they go so fast. But after today, I'm going with the Burlington Zephyr.
Thank you, Abby. A nice thought at the end of a long day.
But a very pleasant day, too. Even our visitors were more civilized than they first appeared.
Yes, they were, weren't they? By the way, thank you for coming along on our record-breaking run. I hope you have enjoyed yourselves today on board the Burlington Zephyr.
All visitors, please disembark from the Zephyr at this time, and we hope you will enjoy the rest of your visit.
This is the speed. These were a different way they were put together differently.
That was a quick 13 hours, huh?
Yeah.
They weren't separate cars and such. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
So you just sort of sat. So you just sort of sat for 13 hours?
Yeah.
In one chair?
Well, you could have moved around. You would have been able to get
I know, but I mean, it
a
wasn't
snack
like
or
a
something.
dining
There was no
car,
dining cars
observation
and-
car, all that kind of stuff.
Just that.
You were fed in your seat. Now, when I went to New York, 20th century, we had dining cars.
But it was built differently.
Yeah, it's separate cars. These are put together on. It's different. There aren't two cars. They can't separate.
There's no separate cars in this?
Well, it's all one train. If you come over here, if you notice,
Separate this?
no, it could be separated technically, but it wasn't designed that because these
I think
two.
they
This
had
is
to lift them off these trucks.
yeah. You would have had to lift this. This is two separate car bodies, and then it would have lifted it off the truck. This would come off. This is just a skirting here over the truck, and
They
then.
had dining cars in 1934?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think on the Zephyrr.
Yeah, maybe not. But this also, too, one of the other things. Now, this train ran for many years, and over the years, several cars were added onto it, and I believe it would have had.
Probably slowed it down, though.
Perhaps,
That's
yeah,
why
perhaps.
they wanted it like this, to be
Right.
streamlined.
Perhaps, maybe, but it would have been a bigger train, and it would have had more, other type of accommodations on there as well.
No, I remember having separate cars.
Right. And I think the California
They put a dining car on it.
dining car,
and
observation
take
car.
it off, yeah. We have also a second floor. They were out west.
Want to walk
Right.
back this
Yeah, I
way?
went there 1 second.
The observation.
Yeah. Want to walk back this way? Or?
Oh yeah, that's true. On the California Zephyr, yeah, the second floor.
Dad got home that night from Chicago with a little bit of the World's Fair. He said this was the most exciting day of my life. Everyone in America was excited because it was opening a new era of
And I
transportation.
think mine took longer than that.
Diesel streamlined train in
It
America.
stops. This
Sure.
is non-stop, huh?
Yeah, this would have been a non-stop run.
For 13 hours, you just sit there. Get up and go to the bathroom.
Well, yeah, I mean, there would have been, people would have played cards, they would have talked, they would have drank, they would
That's why I
have,
took 18 hours to stop.
meals and stuff like that,
Stops. Because my train was on the way to California. And we stopped in Denver. They didn't have commercial airplanes in 1934, right? I mean, residential, whatever, public.
Well, I believe there would have been, I think United, and I think would have been flying at that time, but I think not like anything like what you see now.
But you can't, it wasn't comparable enough for everyday person to go on this. That's why this is popular, maybe, yeah?
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. Well, if you go non-stop, why? Just take a plane.
It would not have been as luxurious. I'm sorry, excuse me. I said it would not have been as luxurious, I'll say that. Oh, the mail room.
Wow, hello there. You must be the new hire.
That is cool.
Welcome to your first day here at the Burlington Zephyr's Railway Post Office, what we call the RPO. This is a pretty typical RPO for 1934, except it's a little quiet here right now. The other clerk's out getting the registered mail. I'll give you a quick tour before he gets back. The day's mail comes to us in pouches and sacks like the ones hanging up on these racks. We dump all incoming mail out onto these tables, a little bit at a time. Then we sort everything into outgoing mail sacks, these overhead boxes, or these letter cases back here. These cubby holes are called separations. Every town and connection gets its own. What? Oh, a connection is a station where mail gets transferred to other RPO trains for delivery. Anyhow, after we sort all the mail, we bundle up every town and connection individually, and then group together separations getting dispatched to the same railway station into one mail pouch. All of these separations go to Omaha. These go to Lincoln. Job conditions. Well, they're usually pretty good. Well, we like to complain anyway. In the summers, it can get darn hot, some of the RPOs. Last RPO I worked before the Zephyr, it got up to 110 degrees regular. Then, of course, in the winters, the RPO can get downright chilly, since we've got to open the door all the time for dispatch and load. But you get accustomed to it. I'd say the hardest thing to get used to is delivering mail on the fly. When we're going through a railway station on the fly, the train won't stop, so one of us opens that door while we're still moving and kicks out the mail pouch before we get to the station platform. Then, as we're leaving the station, you use that big hook over there, it's called a catcher-arm, to grab the incoming mail off a crane at the end of the platform. Oh, don't worry. You'll get handy with the catcher-arm real fast. Oh, we've never lost anyone to the crane on this route. Well, not yet anyway. Yes, sir, I guess there are quite a few things for you to get used to. But it'll be worth it. For us, we're glad of another pair of hands. Lately, the Railway Mail Service has been delivering over 14 billion pieces of mail a year. And that's over 200,000 miles of railroad track. Whew. But as for you, despite the busyness, the RPO really is a good job. And the Burlington Zephyr is a good train to work. Smooth riding and clean, too, since it runs on diesel instead of steam. Only problem is the Zephyr's pretty fast. No room for slouches at the sorting tables on this train. Because there's nothing worse in the RPO than getting to the other end of a run before you've sorted out all the mail. That's called going stuck. Mail that's gone stuck eventually gets to its destination, but it can take a day or two longer than it should. It makes the RPO and the whole railway mail service look bad. Can't have that now, can we? You know what they say, the mail must go through. But you seem like you catch on pretty quick. Of course, we'll help you learn. And I suspect pretty soon, just like us old-timers, you'll love the challenge of fast sorting and the fun of traveling the railroad every day. So, welcome on board.
Checking out the engine, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, kiddo, let's look inside here. Alright, I'll just look it out later.
Excuse me.
It's warm in there, I would think, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Luxury for everybody but the conductor, huh?
Yeah, no doubt.
Holy shit. Imagine that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fucking job, huh?
Yeah, it was a tiny, tiny space.
13 hours straight. He ain't get. How the hell could he get up? Go to the bathroom or anything?
Well, yeah, no doubt.
How do you do that for 13 hours?
Right.
There wasn't a